So, in my head, I just thought of this really cool idea that I may or may not, or may never do. I just have so many ideas kind of cooked up in my brain, and sometimes they'll just randomly pop in there, just one little thought. This was one such thought, and I thought I'd just be fun to kind of talk about your, I've been talking a lot about Star Wars, and it's probably because, with Force Awakens and, with everything happening, I just thought, yeah, I want to talk more about Star Wars. You've probably been noticing that a lot. And this is one such idea. And, yeah, to all my fellow Stormhawks fans, this one's, I'm pretty sure you're going to get a kick out of this as well. So as you guys can tell, yeah, this is a Stormhawks Star Wars crossover idea I just actually today thought of. And I was like, oh, that's so cool, this is so cool, but I don't know if I'll ever have time to write it or, expand upon it. I don't know. And hell, maybe one of you guys might take it, take and run with it. But yeah, so the idea, more or less, is that it's kind of like a setting right after A New Hope. It is set right after A New Hope when, as much as you guys know, Vader basically got shot by Han in a surprise move, and his ship went tumbling, his TIE Advanced went tumbling out into space. Now, in the original Dark Horse comics, Vader spent weeks, almost a full month, he spent a few days or even weeks drifting through space before crash landing on a, distant planet where he spent weeks trying to stay alive and fight off all these different animals until he found an old Imperial outpost and said, "Hey, come get me." So I want to take that idea and basically, rather than Vader crash landing on some distant planet, some deserted planet with a bunch of animals, he crash lands on Atmos. And who finds him? Everyone's kind of like, oh, something fell out of the sky. Must have been a comet or something. Who finds him first? The Cyclonians. So yeah, Vader is found by the Cyclonians. He's pulled out of the wreck of his TIE Advanced, and Cyclonus is more or less like, I want to know where this person came from, and if he's any use to us. Vader proceeds to wake up and kill everybody in the room, kill everyone tending to him in the room, and Cyclonus is like, I want to use this person, and yeah, I think I just found my new enforcer. So, the idea I had is that Vader and Cyclonus come to an agreement that, for a short time, Vader will assist Cyclonus in, dealing with the Stormhawks and, destroying any other Sky Knights and helping expand the Cyclonian cause. If Cyclonus can give Vader the chance to repair his TIE Advanced and then leave when the job is done, and, join the Empire when this is all over. When he'll return, but she'll be working under the Empire now. And of course, Cyclonus agrees, but both of them have their alternative motives. Vader knows that Cyclonus will probably never let him leave. After seeing his display of the dark side, dark side of the Force, and Cyclonus is like, yeah, I don't want him to leave. And I'm gonna keep writing this out, and when he runs out of his usefulness, I'll kill him. So they're both kind of playing this game. So I had it in my mind that they both kind of play this game of, even though they're working together, they're secretly working against one another. So, and that's how it would kind of go. Now, Cyclonus would instantly make, more or less make Vader her new second in command, which, as you may have guessed, this pisses off Dark Ace, Ravis, and Snipe a lot. All of her chief lieutenants are now they've become underlings now. They're all under the command of Vader, and as we all know, Vader don't take no shit. Like, I would have this scene where Vader just goes into a room and just to have an example, he just force chokes a random Talon to death just to prove a point of, no more I don't tolerate failure. That's what he would be getting across. He would just have this huge line of, I don't tolerate your crap. And Dark Ace, now he's been demoted and he's pissed off and he wants Vader gone. So, yeah. So I'd have it that, the Cyclonians don't really like the idea of having Vader around, but he's like a necessary evil. And Vader himself would be like, yeah, I don't... Vader himself would be like, yeah, I don't care, I want to get off this planet, I want to get back to Coruscant. But at the same time, he's like thinking to himself, I would like to have it that maybe at the same time he's thinking, well, I'm kind of, no one knows I'm alive or dead, and this, you know, if I play my cards right, maybe I'll control this empire. But then, you know, of course, that would not be as a mainstay. So, of course, Vader on Atmos. How cool would that be? And of course, you have all those other moments in here because, yeah, they're the Sky Knights are now dealing with something they've never dealt with before: the Force, and it's the dark side of the Force, under the control of probably one of the most powerful Sith Lords ever. So Vader would be, you know, like I said, Vader would be, you know, Cyclonus' new second-in-command, and he would be kind of like, great, I'm delegated to what I was before. And I think I would have it that Vader would, you know, have some respect for Cyclonus, that he would see so much of Sidious in Cyclonus. He would see so much of his master in her. And I think he would have, like, some amount of respect for her, but at the same time he'd be like, I respect you, it doesn't mean I like you. So I would do that. So I'd have that kind of dichotomy between the two. And of course, when Vader meets the Stormhawks, oh boy, does Vader meet the Stormhawks! Like I would, I had this whole scene in my head of just the Stormhawks, just in like they think they're going up against Dark Ace, and they just show your arrows all like show yourself, Darth Vader. Ugh. Dark Ace. You can clearly see I'm getting tongue-tied here, but yeah, he's calling out for Dark Ace, and then and of course Finn would be like, unless Dark Ace had a costume change, I think we're screwed. And of course, Vader would just go to town on the Stormhawks. He wouldn't. I don't think I'd. Yeah, he wouldn't kill them, but he would definitely just instill this kind of fear in them that they haven't felt in a while. And I just have this scene where they're trying to get out of the area on the Condor, and then the Condor just stops dead in its tracks in midair, and they're like, "What's going on? Stork, aren't you giving it all you got? Yeah, I'm getting tongue-tied. Yeah, sorry." But yeah, Stork's trying to get out of there, and Piper looks out the window. It's like, oh my god! They all look. Vader is Vader's pulling the Condor back to the ground. He's not done with them yet. He would just be pulling the Condor back with with the power of the Force. But yeah, that would be something. Like I think that would be really cool. You can see so much of the Rebellion and the Empire through Stormhawks, and obviously see a lot of Star Wars inspired stuff through that. And I think that would be cool to have Vader in here and kind of look at his perspective on that. Well, he'd be basically like Gulliver in this universe, in this story. He'd literally be a stranger in a strange land. But yeah, I'd love to play with that, and maybe one day I'll have the time to write this, because this is a really cool idea. Vader and Atmos. What more? And he's working with the Cyclonians. What more could you ask for? It's just an uber badass idea that needs to be told. I think another thing I would also like to play with is like maybe Vader senses someone. He senses someone who has the Force. He senses someone on Atmos who has the Force, and now he believes... Because I don't think I'd have Starkiller in here. This wouldn't follow Force Unleashed. But yeah, he would basically, like... What he would do is, like, he senses someone on Atmos who is Force-sensitive, and he's thinking to himself, I think I just found me an apprentice. So that would be another thing he would be doing, is that he would keep saying that, no, I'm the only he would keep telling Cyclonus, I'm the only person who wields this power on your planet, and at the same time he would be secretly looking for this person who I will say that it would be a Sky Knight. It would be a Sky Knight. It wouldn't be Arrow, wouldn't be any of the Stormhawks. But if you know me, and if you know the characters I really love on the show of Stormhawks, you might guess who would be Force sensitive and who might be which Stormhawk might be tempted into the dark side through with Vader's sway. So that's all I'm going to say on that. But it wouldn't be one of the Stormhawks. It would be someone else. Vader would, another Stormhawk that Vader would sense, and try to get that Stormhawk. Not Stormhawk. Sky Knight. Ugh, I'm getting really messed up tonight. But yeah, that would be kind of like the subplot of him looking for this Sky Knight and getting this said Sky Knight under his sway, and having this Sky Knight in particular join him and make this person his apprentice, and of course kill Sidious, rule the Empire. So I'd really like to. Hopefully, maybe one day I can write this out, because like I said, I've got so many ideas bubbling in my head. Like, I don't even know when an idea will spawn instantaneously. Like, I thought of so many. Like earlier this week, I thought of a Kim Possible Spider-Man crossover, and that was during it was right after the whole Q&A with Kim Possible, and yeah, I just suddenly thought of a Spider-Man Kim Possible crossover, and yeah, I still haven't wrote it out yet, but it was a really cool idea. So I don't know, and yeah, if anyone else wants this idea, feel free. Anyway, so what do you guys think? Do you guys like it? Just curious. To all my fellow Star Wars and Stormhawks fans, really curious to know what you guys think of all this. But once again, hope you all enjoyed this.